Hey, what's up, people? It's Marko DeSantis, your pal from the rock and roll band called Sugarcult out here in California. Just wanted to say, hey, really like what's going on with New Rock City Music Festival. Been homies with them since the start, and I just always love to see anyone who's supporting new music. That's how we got our start. We had people who gave us a chance when we had nothing to offer, but just a bunch of loud, probably pretty out of tune songs played by fairly inept musicians, not unlike myself. And because we had a chance to take these songs we made up in a hot, sweaty storage bin. We used to practice in a fucking storage bin. It wasn't even a practice space. It was like an industrial part of town where people would like put their stuff in those like shipping container storage bins, and we practiced in one of those. Anyways, that's beside the point. And we made up these songs, and then we were just trying to go find places to play them for people, and we luckily found a bunch of cool people, like people with a similar spirit as the New Rock City peeps, and had the chance to do our thing and kind of figure it out as we went. And eventually we kind of flunked upwards and got a little better as we went, and eventually got to make some records and tour all over the world and have way more fun than we ever thought we'd be able to have. So yeah, it's pretty fucking rad. Definitely recommend being a teenager for the rest of your life and being joining the punk rock circus. Actually, just this last weekend, I went and saw my old friends in the band, legendary band No Effects, who I remember I used to go see when I was like a little kid. They used to play in my hometown, and really they really taught us all how to be a band, because we just watched them rise through all the different levels and never really lose their integrity, never really lose their spirit. And even when they would like argue with each other and maybe even kind of have fallings out with each other, like the band was kind of bigger than the sum of their parts. And a band is like that. I mean, it's weird. It's usually like, 4 or 5 people that get together and put it together, but then you make up these songs, and these songs go out there and affect other people's lives. And if you build an audience, eventually it's like, I don't know, is the band really just the four of you? It's the band is the whole community that you're connected to. The band is the people in the audience, the people in your crew, the people in the other bands that you came up with. It's just such a, I don't know, it's such a family in a lot of ways, and kind of like family, it's like, I always like to think, blood is thicker than water, and sometimes you're not always going to get along, but you'd like, it's like that thing where like if you talk shit about your sister, it's because your sister's being a fucking idiot. But if someone else talks shit about your sister, we've got a problem, right? So I feel like that about a band too. It's like a rock and roll blood brother family, or blood sister, or whatever you got. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been in a band with a girl, which is kind of lame. I've only ever been in bands with guys. It's probably why we fight so much. Actually, I'd probably fight even more if I was in a band with girls. I don't know. Fuck. But yeah, hey, maybe that's my next project. I'm going to be in an all-girl band. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and join an all-girl band and be the one dude in the band. And I'll just I don't know, maybe I'll like temporarily identify as a girl just so I could pass the fucking, thing. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start an all-girl band. That's my next move after Sugarcult. Anyways, just wanted to say that I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like No Effects, I went to their last show ever last weekend, so it's fresh in my mind. And I know that like Fat Mike and Eric Melvin, they were having some problems with each other. And I'll tell you what, I saw those guys hugging each other and crying. I mean, these are grown-ass men in their late 50s, just bawling their eyes out, crying, hugging. And, I think it's like something they all have in common. They've shared their music with so many people around the world, but they can look at each other and be like, dude, do you remember when we were just in that shitty little fucking smelly room making up some songs, and then we played our shows, and we were in that broken down van, and we tried to do that thing, and the thing that they can just reflect on this journey, and it's something no one else is ever going to have in common with them. Their wives, their kids, their friends, their, whatever they're doing, it's like no one's ever going to share that bond the same way they do. And it's like, I know I'm probably being melodramatic, but I really do think like having a band is like, I don't know, it's really something. It's like starting your own. It's kind of starting your own family. It's deeper than friendship, and it's somewhere between friendship and family. But also you're producing something, and you know you're taking something that the energy in the room, even the tension in the room, can be like synergized and turned into something that can be listened to by people, can be played live, can be listened, can have needles dropped on it on vinyl or played on a streaming platform, whatever the fuck. And I don't know, I think about like one of my all-time favorite bands, see if I can find one of their records here. I got so many of their records. Is the Ramones. I'm totally embarrass myself now and not find one of their records. Where did I fucking put my Ramones records? My record collection is just a mess. Anyway, I don't want to look for it right now, but I have my Ramones pillow, okay? I have my Ramones pillow. And like, Johnny Ramone, total conservative. Joey Ramone, total liberal. Johnny Ramone, ex-military. Joey Ramone, basically a hippie. And they're in a band together, and they changed the fucking world. And you know what? Joey's girlfriend was a girl named Linda, and he dated her, and then eventually she started dating Johnny and then got married to Johnny. So for the majority of like the last 15 years that the Ramones were a band, they barely even talked to each other. They'd sit in different parts of the van. The only time they talked to each other is when they were making up songs. And they made up beautiful songs. And then when they played shows, the shows were fucking incredible. There's, no one says you have to be best friends to be in a band, but they respected each other. They just agreed to disagree about certain things. And they put those differences aside, and they took one for the team, and they stayed together, and they did the fucking Ramones, man. The Ramones. What would the world be without the Ramones? Anyways, it's a pillow. It's not like it's going to fucking crush my foot because I dropped it. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? I just say this sounds so stupid. And again, it's very I don't mean to sound I don't mean to imply that women aren't in bands too. But just for the sake of my little rhyme, my corny little rhyme here, bros before pros, okay? You gotta remember that no matter how successful you get or how all the business dealings go and songwriting splits and all the little fucking squabbles that are gonna happen with money and fucking egos and all this shit that happens, that's just par for the course of being a band. Happens to everyone. Happens to everyone I know in every band. We've toured with Green Day. We've toured with Blink-182. We've toured with, we've been on the Warped Tour. We've been out there forever. Some of my best friends are in other big bands. And I'm not trying to flex and name drop, but I'm just saying this happens to everybody, every level of the way. Okay? From Foo Fighters on down to the tiny little punk band playing at the, house party a couple blocks away as we speak. It's just par for the course of being in a band because you have different people trying to get along with each other, trying to make something happen, and you get passionate about stuff you care about. So, just don't mistake the squabbles that might come up and the arguments and the shit that might happen and the stress of sometimes stress is just fucking enough to crush anybody. The long drives, the fucking load-ins, the hurry up and wait, the shitty fucking monitors, the flaky promoters, the fucking, we were supposed to go on at 11 and now we're going on at 1 and now they're telling us we can only play 2 songs. Just the shit that happens. You got to just sort of embrace the chaos and just kind of go, fuck, dude, this is just part of the thing. And it's been that way for everybody. It's not I'm not going to say you're not special, but it happens to everybody who's ever gone on this fucking voyage. Shit's going to happen. You're going to have a fucking tire blowout. You're going to break a string. You're going to, have a band argument. You're going to hurt each other's feelings. You're going to hit below the belt and fucking regret it later on, but be too proud to go back and apologize. It's just par for the course, man. So I don't know. Hopefully I'm not mansplaining, but my unsolicited advice to bands just starting out is just remember the most obvious thing. We play music. The word play, emphasis on the word play, as in we don't fight music, we don't work music, We don't stress music. We play music, okay? It's something that comes from an impulse of expression and joy and maybe even angst. But like, to me, angst and anger and dissatisfaction and revolution is kind of beautiful, because it's just how you get to the next thing. It's like, you know, go ask your mom, you know, she fucking was screaming in pain when you were born, but she's probably going to tell you it's one of the best things that ever happened to her in her life, but she didn't get there without a little bit of fucking pain. Okay. So, yeah, so on that note, make sure you buy your mom flowers for Mother's Day. Or if you're broke, like many musicians, go pick them from like your neighbor's lawn and give them to your mom. Yeah, so stay friends. Be cool. No, don't take shit personally. It's not about you. It's about everyone's fucking passion for the project. And just maybe even like appreciate that. Be like, wow, this is fucking badass. It means I'm lucky enough to be in a band with some other people that are, you know, that have fucking set their hearts on fire for a common cause, which is to make this band happen. Yeah, it fucking sucks that we're fighting. It fucking sucks that the singer's being a fucking asshole and the bass player's being a fucking dick and the drummer's being a fucking prima donna. But, you know, that just happens sometimes. Don't take it, just lighten up. You know, sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? Later on, come circle back around after the fucking fires died down a little bit, and just be like, dude, you know what? I love you, bro. And just be like, we'll get through it. Fuck it. You know, because honestly, you're going to be through harder things as your bands progress. Don't fucking self-destruct because your egos collide, you know, and you have like that kind of shit. Don't take out your stress on each other. And I mean, this sounds really fucking corny, but like what I would do if I were you, take that shit, that energy that you're pissed off about whatever is going on, and put it into your performance and deliver a performance where people are like, fuck, dude, what the fuck, man? You know, you're like jumping off the fucking drum riser and like doing stage dives every other song and playing your guitar like nobody's business. You know, get it out there put it into the music. It's all about the music. Bros before pros, you know? We're not trying to be fucking rock stars and music professionals. We're supposed to be a group of friends here who are making up some songs and then trying to share them with the world. All that professional shit, the money, all that stuff, that comes later. Our band made some money, but that's not what we did it for. We were doing it because we had a good time hanging out with each other, and yeah, we fought a lot. I still, every time I check in with my bass player, it's like, I can't talk to that dude, Aaron, for like 5 minutes before we're fucking arguing about something, you know? But we've just learned how to surf each other's waves. We've just learned how to be like, you know what, dude? Let's just take a fucking beat and let's just, you know, let's take a deep breath here. You know, it's like brothers. You just go at it with each other sometimes. It's weird. So anyways, I don't know, man. I'm talking too much, but hopefully you guys out there in young bands can get something out of this whole spiel of what I'm saying. I'm just some dude from a band that's been out there for a long time, and I have lots of friends in bands, so I feel like semi-qualified to be able to give you this unsolicited advice. Yeah, don't stress, man. We play music, okay? All right, man, take care, you guys out there, and New Rock City Music Festival. Fuck yeah, I love what you're doing, and hopefully I'll make it out to one of those one day. Mostly they're out in like the East Coast or in England, but I'm all the way out here in Los Angeles. But you know, music, it's a small little village. It's just spread out all over the planet. So I'm sure our paths will cross. And if they ever do, come up and say hey. You can find me on Instagram, Marko DeSantis. Instagram, I have some dumb little hat on in my picture. You'll find me, Marko, M-A-R-K-O, and then DeSantis, like the motherfucker in Florida, except for nicer and taller. I'll fight that guy. And plus, I don't have fucking white boots on like that guy. Anyways, I don't know. What else? Fucking guitar? I mean, come on. 3 chords and something to say. Punk rock, 3 chords and a grudge. It's not that fucking deep, man. Let's just have a fucking good time. Play some music. If someone gets to be fussy, let's fucking settle it. And let's move on. All right. Take care, you guys.